Hey, it's PointyStarVio, and I'm here with my Yang Zing deck profile. Been playing Yang Zings pretty much ever since they came out, and I finally decided, hey, I should get a deck profile of this up, so here we go. We're going to start off with 3 Chiwen. He's the level 1 tuner of the deck. Whenever a Yang Zing is destroyed on the field, he can summon himself from the graveyard, and then when he leaves the field after that, he gets banished. So he's like a Plague Spear kinda in that way. But yeah, the level 1 tuner allows for, you know, those tricky synchros and such. Then we got 3 Zhao, level 2 tuner of the deck. You discard 2 Yang Zings from your hand, you can summon 2 Yang Zing from your deck, one with 0 attack and one with 0 defense. So it lets you go into your big synchros and give them all the Yang Zing effects that all the Yang Zings give. Most notably, you'll go into Chao Feng with Tao Tai and Bixi, or a level 8 with Bixi and Suanai. Those are usually your most common plays with them. We got 3 Bixi. So he's a level 2 monster, gives synchro monsters trap immunity whenever he's used as one of the materials. So he's probably one of the most useful guys to have in your synchro when you're making the synchro. Got 3 Beyond the Earth Yang Zing. 1600 attack, so not a bad attack stat. He'll give your synchro monster battle destruction immunity whenever he's used as a material, so not bad. Then we got 3 Suanai, the Fire Yang Zing. Gives your synchro monster 500 attack and defense when he's used as a material. And he's got 1900, so he's the biggest Yang Zing that you can normal summon. We got 1 Pualo. He gives spell immunity, and he's a level 1, so he allows you to work around some tough to summon synchros. I don't usually use more than 1 just because most people don't use him at all, but I like to use him because the spell immunity is just really nice sometimes. I mean, in an era with Book of Moon, Raigeki, 2 Dark Hole, I still find him really useful. And then we got Tao Tai, the Xiao the Yang Zing, 2200 attack, so the biggest Yang Zing that isn't a synchro, and he prevents your monsters from changing control, so they can't Big Eye or creature swap your synchro monster that you summon with him. But mostly he'll be used as a beater. You won't usually need his effect, but hey, if you happen to be facing a creature swap or Big Eye deck, I mean, there you go. Then for the Non-Yangzings, we've got Effect Veiler and Mass Chameleon. Mass Chameleon, he can bring back Beyond and Suanai and use them for synchro play, so that's pretty cool. And Effect Veiler, just effect negation, and both of these guys are tuners, so they can be searched out by the synchro Chao Feng. We'll get to that later. We got, for the spells, we got 3 Yang Zing Path, which is the Paw of Avarice for the deck, basically. Send 3 Yang Zing in your graveyard back to the deck, shuffle, draw 2. And you're going to need all 3 of these, basically, because you're going to go through your deck like nothing, because your opponent will keep destroying your monsters. At least that's the plan. Then we got 2 Dark Hole, because it's Yang Zing. I mean, you want your monsters destroyed, you don't want your opponent to stop you with their monsters, so destroy everything, get some more monsters, leave your opponent with nothing. We use 2 MST because we want to get rid of problem cards that stop us from doing stuff like macro and just pretty much any card that banishes or doesn't let you use the graveyard. Then we got Book of Moon and Raigeki because they're Book of Moon and Raigeki. Moving on to traps, we got 2 Yang Zing creation. Now, all the Yang Zing say that when they're destroyed, summon out another Yang Zing with a different name than them. Well, this card allows you to summon an additional Yang Zing when a monster is destroyed. Any monster is destroyed. A Yang Zing doesn't have to die. It can be any monster, and you'll get a Yang Zing off of it. So if a Yang Zing is destroyed, you'll get 2 monsters off of the one if you have this card out. So really good for setting up your field for your plays. We got 2 Mirror Force because it's Mirror Force. A lot of decks right now you just want to make sure you get their monsters off the board. And then we got Imperial Iron Wall and Skill Drain, some more continuous traps. Iron Wall you could probably run more than one of in the main deck nowadays, just because the counters for Yang Zing will usually be to banish them, so you'll want more Iron Walls. Plus, Iron Wall combos with Chi-Wen because he says he's removed after he uses his revival effect, but this says nope, he just goes back to the graveyard so you can keep using him. And then you've got Skill Drain, and if you use Bixie as a material while you have Skill Drain out, the Synchro monster you summon is unaffected by traps, so Skill Drain is only hurting your opponent in this case, basically. So Skill Drain's pretty much a must in the deck. And then for one-of traps, we got stuff like Bottomless, Compulse, Dimensional Prison, Torrential Tribute, Solemn Warning, and Ring of Destruction, because they're all useful traps in their own sense, I guess you could say. So, that's it for the main deck. We move on to the extra deck now. We got 2 Baxia. He's the guy that says, however many attributes of Yang Zings you use to summon him, that's how many cards of your opponents you can send back to their deck. So he's kind of like a queen of the deck, only he targets. So, not quite as good as Madolce Queen, but he's up there. Next up we got 2 Yazi of the Yang Zing. He's got 2600 attack. He can't be targeted by opponent's effects, so that's pretty nice in today's world now, isn't it? He's also a scrap dragon specific to Yang Zings, so destroy Yang Zing you control to destroy a opponent's card, so you get a card off of destroying one of theirs. And when he's destroyed, you can summon a worm from your deck in defense position, so any Yang Zing basically. And then we got Xiao Fang, one of the newer ones, and he's pretty awesome because he says whatever attributes you use to summon him, your opponent cannot activate effects of their monsters that had the same attributes. So you use Xiao Feng and Bixie to summon him. Oh wait, sorry. You use Tao Tai and Bixie to summon him. They can't activate any water or dark effects, and that's a lot of the meta right now, dark at least, so yeah, pretty helpful. Oh, and when he dies, you grab a tuner from your deck, so grab Effect Veiler, grab Mass Chameleon, or grab Chi-Wen or Jiaotu, whatever you need. And then for non-Yangzing synchros, we got Leo, because he's a level 10, can't be targeted most of the time. He's really big, so that's cool. Got Trishula, because it's Trishula. Mistworm, because sending back 3 from their field to their hand is pretty good. Hot Red Dragon Archwing, because sometimes you'll need him instead of Baxia. And I mean, destroying all monsters on the field, that's pretty good. At least it destroys all face-up attack position monsters, but, you know, normally that's what monsters are in. And then we got Star Spark Dragon. Use this against Volcanics. That's basically his use. We got Moonrose Dragon, because there are some decks that utilize the level 5 and higher monsters at this point in time. Clearwing Synchro Dragon, pretty awesome synchro all around. I mean, he prevents level 5s from doing stuff, level 5 or higher from doing stuff as well, so he and Black Rose Moonlight Dragon, they kind of do the same thing basically. I mean, hate on the high level monsters, that is. Goyo Guardian, give him the trap immunity with Bixie, and he can just go to town collecting your opponent's monsters. Armides, because it's Armides, I mean, immunity when attacking, so yeah. And then we got Herald of the Arclight. He's pretty good level 4, but I'm gonna replace him with Haster because I'm liking Haster better. I barely ever go into Herald, so he's coming out for the level 4 Haster monster. So that's it for the Yang Zing deck profile. Cards you could also consider running include stuff like Mistake. I just sold my Mistakes recently because they went up in price when I decided to sell them, so yeah. But the thing is, you barely ever search in this deck. All you ever search with is Chow Fang, and that's like once a duel maybe. So you can use Mistake or Thunder King in this deck pretty easily. You can maybe use Soul Charge in this deck just to get out a ton of synchros in a turn if you don't have any other way of getting them out at the time. But yeah, there's also, with the new Synchron structure deck that came out like a month ago or so, you might want to look into combining this deck with cards from that deck, because stuff like Stardust Warrior and Formula Synchron, you can make more of a Synchron combo based Yang Zing deck. That I might look into eventually too. But for now, this is my favorite build of Yang Zing, so yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. If you have any suggestions about the deck or have any questions about it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that, and as always, have a wonderful day. Bye.